Huh. Hello people, this is Eric Cobra and this is Let's Play Dragon Age Inquisition Blind, and apparently Colin did what he should do while we were not playing. Good on him, I guess. Oh hey Minabe, do you have anything to say? Or you're behind the wall, possibly. That's weird. In any case, Mother Giselle, can I get some opinion from you?
Greetings, Herald of Andraste. How fares your quest to seal the breach?
Well, progress is being made.
I'm doing everything within my power.
A task, such as closing the breach, is a heavy burden. I hope you do not carry it alone.
I have 3 companions so
Remember
far.
Andraste, but Andraste did not carry the Chant of Light alone. She had generals, advisors, even her husband for a time. Do everything within your power, but remember those who would help you.
Thanks.
I appreciate your insight, Mother Giselle.
Take it for whatever it is worth. You walk a difficult path, and there is little enough I can do to aid you. In any case, I pray this Inquisition proves less brutal than its predecessor.
It'll only be as brutal as it needs to be. Speaking of that, could you give me some background on this?
Can you tell me about the original Inquisition?
The original Inquisition was formed after the First Blight, well before the Chantry as we know it. The Inquisitors were hunters, zealots, who tracked and killed cultists and dangerous mages. As Andraste rose to power, the Inquisition came into her service. Instead of hunting those who would do harm, the Inquisitors spread the Chant of Light by force.
Ah. We're named after those guys?
No wonder everyone is so nervous around us. Who chose that name?
Divine Justinia herself. I understand that this was not a popular decision. In any case, once the Chant of Light had spread far and wide, there was less need for zealots. The Inquisitors became...
You could argue there was no need for them in the first place.
Eventually the Templars.
Why revive the Inquisition?
This is a dark chapter of history for the Divine to revisit.
Do you know what impresses me most about the original Inquisition?
Do share.
They fought horrific battles, killed and died for their cause, and when it was time, they put their swords away.
That is kind of impressive, yeah.
The name was Divine Justinia's message. That when the Inquisition is needed, it will strike without mercy. But when its work is done, it will put its sword away.
That's a lot of faith she puts in us. So, do we have any... Speaking of Justinia, do we have any idea who will replace her?
Do you know who the Grand Clerics will choose as the next Divine?
It is a difficult decision. All the obvious candidates perished with Divine Justinia at the Conclave. The Grand Clerics are terrified of the Inquisition. They will not decide soon, and I fear they will not decide wisely. Whoever is chosen needs the Inquisition's support. No one else seems likely to seal the breach.
That gives us a lot of political clout. So how are people taking all this?
How are the people doing after what happened at the Conclave?
They are scared, of course. Many have lost homes or loved ones. I doubt many will sleep well until you have sealed the breach. I have offered what help I can. The rest is for the Inquisition.
Fair
What
enough.
more do you wish to know?
Well... How are the people here at Haven doing? I've been kind of that way for a while.
Haven doing?
They are terrified. Many of them came here because the war between the Mages and the Templars destroyed their homes. In their minds, the death of a Divine has destroyed any chance of peace. To that, add the breach. Farmers have fled their fields. If we do not restore order, half of Thedas may starve.
That is an issue. What can you do? I mean, not to be like, what can you give me, but what are you capable of? What are you capable
Doing
of?
to help these people?
My sisters and I have been tending to the injured as best we are able.
That's good.
Some refugees come with food, while others arrive empty-handed. I have helped ensure that all have enough to eat.
Redistributing resources. Very good in a situation like this.
Comfort of the chant of light. It is little enough work to offer some comfort to those in pain.
That's fine. Do you have any idea how it's going all the other places?
Do you have information on people elsewhere?
The refugees in the hinterlands are desperate. Without help, starvation or war will claim many lives.
That one I can
Villagers
there.
in Crestwood are besieged by their own dead. They have sent word.
Fuck, undead again. Great.
People are vanishing in the hills of Emprise de Lyon. It may be demons or something worse, but they are terrified.
It's always something worse, isn't it?
It is a chaotic time for all in Olay and Ferelden.
Thank you. Thank you.
Farewell.
Until next time.
The Inquisition cannot remain, Ambassador, if you can't prove it was founded on Justinian's orders.
This is an inopportune time, Marquis. More of the faithful flock here each day.
I'm sorry, what's Mr. Mask there doing here?
A brave soul who risked his life to slow the magic of the breach. Sir Trevelyan, may I present the Marquis d'Aurelion, one of Divine Justinia's greatest supporters.
And the rightful owner of Haven.
Oh,
House d'Aurelion lent Justinia these lands for pilgrimage. This Inquisition is not a beneficiary of this arrangement.
you own the land?
This is the first I've heard of Haven having an owner outside the Chantry.
My wife, Lady Machin of Denner, has claimed to Haven by ancient treaty with the monarchs of Ferelden. We were honored to lend its use to Divine Justinia. She was.
Look, your mask is really distracting. Could you pull it off,
I
please?
will not let an upstart order remain on her holy grounds.
Well, at this point, we are providing shelter to people and protection. You really want to send us away?
People have been injured. You can't just turn them out onto the snow.
And who benefits if they stay?
Divine Justinia, Marquis. The Inquisition, not the Chantry, is sheltering the pilgrims who mourn her.
Why is the Chantry ignoring the faithful?
Because it remains in shock. We face a dark time, Your Grace. Divine Justinia would not want her passing to divide us. She would, in fact, trust us to forge new alliances to the benefit of all, no matter how strange they might seem.
I'll think on it, Lady Montillier. The Inquisition might stay in the meanwhile.
Thank you. Much appreciated. No, seriously, what's with that mask? It's distracting. So does he really own the place?
Do the Durelions actually have a claim on this place?
His Grace's position is not so strong as he presents it. Despite their Ferelden relations, the Durelions are Orlesian. If the Marquis wishes to claim Haven, Empress Selene must negotiate with the Ferelden on his behalf. Her current concerns are a bit larger than minor property disputes.
Huh, I see. You handled that well. So he was bluffing.
His Grace was all bluster then.
Even should he leave, the Marquis will share his thoughts on us upon his return to Val-Royaux. Every guest we receive, and we will receive them, will spread the Inquisition's story.
Ah,
An ambassador should ensure the tale is as complimentary as possible.
fair enough. I can see how that would be an advantage. So how did you end up being the
May
ambassador
I
then?
ask what brought you to work for the Inquisition?
Sister Leliana approached me. We've been acquainted for quite some time. For better or worse, being the Inquisition's diplomat has become as interesting as she promised.
No, yeah, I can take that in many ways. So what's your
What sort of
background?
dealings have you had with nobility?
For some years, I was the royally appointed court ambassador from Antiva to Orlais. The nobility of Thedas is a rather singular sphere. Those I'm not acquainted with, I know through reputation.
Well, having you around can't hurt.
I'm glad for your help. I have a feeling the Inquisition's going to need it.
I do believe you are correct. Thedas's politics have become agitated as of late. I hope to guide us down smoother paths. but please excuse me. I've much work to do before the day is done.
Yeah. Let's do so. Thanks for entertaining me. Oh, hey, hello there. Oh, are you the researcher?
You're the Herald. Or, well, the one they're calling the Herald, anyway. It's odd to see them accepting a mage as their hero. First, we're too dangerous to let out of the circles. And then we're apostate rebels. But they seem to like you. My name is Maeve. I research demons and other creatures. Seeker Pentagast and I use what I find to help the soldiers fight them.
Well, I found some things in the field.
I found something the demons left behind. Can you use it?
Yes, that's very helpful. Just leave it there and the Tranquil and I will examine it. Hello? Can I help you with something?
You're a mage, I gather, from what you just said.
You said you were a mage.
No, just an apprentice.
Ah,
I was a year or so from my harrowing, at least. The enchanters were being kind. I was never very good at magic. I've got just enough talent to be a danger to other people. But when the mages rebelled, people like me had nowhere to go. The Templars would have killed us. Luckily, Seeker Pentagast took me in, along with the Tranquil I was protecting.
so you investigate. Let's see. Why didn't you join the rebels?
I'm surprised that even an apprentice mage wouldn't join the rebellion.
I don't like using magic to fight. I'm not good at it either.
Ah,
I liked studying. I liked performing rituals that helped us unlock the secrets of the Veil. I liked having the Templars around to keep us safe.
were you raised Dalish?
Something in your accent. You were raised by the Dalish, weren't you?
Andaran Atishan. The lack of Valisleen caused most to miss it. I was a proud member of my clan until my magic manifested. You know what happens when they have too many mages. They gave me a pack and sent me into the woods to find my own life. I was 7 years old.
Ouch. That's awful.
I'm so sorry.
I stumbled into a village, starving and cold, a few weeks later. I started using magic to scare predators away. The villagers saw me make fire in my fist. They were terrified and wanted to kill me.
Typical.
Templars saved me from them. They gave me food and clothes and took me to the circle. I've seen what life is like without the Templars. I want no part of it. I just want to study.
So you said something about a tranquil. Oh, sorry.
You were keeping some of the traps
Chairs creaking.
safe.
Yes, the mages took some of them when my circle rebelled, but the rest were forgotten. You know how the circle mages saw the Tranquil. They're just there to enchant items and keep the...
No one thinks of the tranquil.
They
It's
don't
kind of
have
sad.
any emotions. They can barely take care of themselves. Can't defend themselves at all. It's a shame. I like them better than most people.
I'd like them to not be here. Why?
Why would you want to spend time with the Tranquil?
They're polite. They don't bother you if they don't need something. When they study, they have a focus no normal person could ever match. But the Templars, even some of the mages, mistreated them just because they could. The Tranquil never fought back. If not for that, I don't know. Doesn't really matter now.
So you're a researcher, you say?
You said Cassandra has you researching creatures.
Yes. If you find anything interesting in your travels, I'd appreciate you bringing it to me. I may be able to find some weakness our soldiers can exploit when fighting various creatures. At the least, some materials are useful for making potions or gear for the Inquisition.
Okay, any other reason?
Why did you decide to research dangerous creatures?
I like the outdoors. The idea of the outdoors, anyway. When some monster is coming at you, glowing eyes and burning claws, it's terrifying. But once you know how it works, you can deal with it. It's just another part of the world. So much of this world is only frightening because we don't understand it.
I can agree with that. And I'm willing to help.
I'll speak with you later.
Travel safely. Yes. Good. Please tell me if you find something.
Damage bonus against humanoids. Okay. Can I see somewhere my accumulated bonuses or something? What's this? The children of Andraste. There are many misconceptions regarding Andraste's bloodline, monsieur. This is due, I should think, to a general lack of knowledge regarding Andraste's mortal life. Understandable, considering that many cults that arose following her death, everyone sought to claim a lady for their own culture or claim some aspect of her existence was a lie. All of them complete fabrications. My order has done considerable research to ascertain the truth. We all know Andraste and the Betrayer raised 5 children. The eldest 3 were sons, Isarath, Ivrian, and Verald. The rule of what was once Sovereignty Winter was split among them. Isarath was given the west, what is today Olay. Ivrian was given the east, what is today the Three Marches. Verald was given the central Planacine, what is today Nevara. What became of these men and their legacies is the stuff of legend, and the majority of claimants to Andraste's bloodline link back to one of them. None of the 3 sons were born of Andraste. They were born of the Betrayer's concubine, Gillivan. People choose to overlook the fact that Andraste came from the Elamari tribesmen and that they were barbarians, not the Vareldans we know today. They were savage warriors who took concubines in addition to their wives, and because Andraste was thought to be too weak to bear children, the Betrayer took Gillivan to provide him heirs, which she did. After her death, the sons were raised as Andraste's own. Later in life, Andraste proved predictions wrong and had 2 daughters by the Betrayer, Epris and Vivial. They were kept out of the public eye and not permitted to marry, but both had consorts. Epris had but 1 child, Alibema, who perished on a voyage to Denerim, less than a month after her mother fell to a plague and brought children of her own. The younger daughter, Vivial, was more controversial, a strong-headed woman who defined her family by falling in love with a mage of Tevinter. Regulan. Vivial and Regulan went to self-imposed exile as the exalted march began, into hiding following Andraste's betrayal and murder. What became of Vivial and her descendants is largely unknown for one primary reason. She had only daughters. Each of those daughters only had daughters. They married into other families and took other names. And in the chaos of the Second Blight, all traces of survivors were lost. Andraste's true bloodline, if it exists, lies solely in the descendants of Vivial, and the suspicion of my order is that it produces only daughters. Thus the claim of your young man, monsieur, I highly suspect. From a letter by Sister Galena of the Augustan Order, Dragon 912. Interesting.